What's up, everybody? Welcome to the basement on a Saturday night. Saturday night. Saturday night. Okay, I'm done with that bullshit. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? Hope y'all doing well. In the remaining intro that's left after I stop talking, grab yourself a towel. Why? Because this string gonna be juicy. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about tonight. Got DC. A little bit DC. A lot of Marvel. But mainly big fun. So fill your cup and light your smoke. Because it's time to get nerdy. What's a happening, everybody? How we doing tonight? Hope y'all are had a good back half of your week after we hung out on Wednesday. What's up? Who we got up in this bit? We got Brooke. We got Spicy Dan getting us started in chat. What's up, fellas? How's everyone doing? Also, if you're watching this on the replay, welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video, whether you're here live or checking out the VOD. Really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, pretty please hit the like button. And if you're new, if you're like, what's up with this dude, and just clicked on the video, please also hit subscribe and the like. Or wait, subscribe and the notification bell, that is. Yes. What the fuck? There we go. Yes, better. Yes, better. So what's happening, chat? You guys good? Anything fun going on this week? Anything not fun going on this week? You just want to get off your chest? Ugh. There we go. I always have to make minor adjustments to it. Oh, damn it, and I forgot to redo the mic stand, and that shit's still upside down. Oh, well. Oh, well. Life goes on. So what's crack-a-lackin'? Brooke watched the Iron Lung movie. That's the one that's done by a YouTube guy, right? I've seen mixed reviews. Some people are like, it's cool, and other people are like, it's ice. So I don't know. I don't know. I may watch it someday. Sometime down the road. I just know it's kind of like a horror flick. That's all I know. Was it any good, Brooke? What did you think? What have you to say about Iron Lung? You thought it was pretty good? All right. Like I said, I've seen mixed reviews, and I'll be honest, none of the accounts I saw the reviews coming from am I familiar with whatsoever. So I don't even know who the fuck to trust. At least on the internets. It is the famous YouTuber. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, famous in some circles. I never heard of the motherfucker till I heard about this movie. Like, real talk. No idea who the hell he is. I had to Google. It's like, oh, famous YouTuber. Not famous to me. That's no knock on him, though. My bubble is very, very small on the YouTube of the people I watch. Horror flick. Oh, it's based on a game. Okay. See, I didn't know that either. I know nothing. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it. Oh, hey, look, you can see my coffee maker in the background. Isn't that special? Oh, well. Look, guys, I got a silver Keurig. Right there. I watched some breakdown videos on the lore of Iron Lung later. It might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea at all. Not at all. Sorry, just going through my my reference list here of tweets and shit. And as usual, I got a little bookmark happy about stuff that really doesn't fucking matter. Alright. That's kind of fun though. Hopefully they can talk about that in a minute. First time going to the cinema for you for 2026? Yeah, my first time will probably be Spider-Man. Because I've already decided I'm not, as much as it is like nostalgic and I grew up on this shit, I have no desire to go spend money at a theater for Masters of the Universe. It is nostalgic. I had He-Man toys. I watched the cartoon. But I'm away from screaming on that motherfucker. You Sam Raimi movie? Yes, send help. Yeah, I've seen good reviews about that. And that doesn't surprise me because it's Raimi. And I know Raimi's style isn't for everybody. Like, not every director's style is for everybody. That's just facts. But, like, overall, Raimi's a fucking badass. So, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Rahab, what's up, man? Dog, you don't got to apologize. I know a little about your life. You're a busy motherfucker. But good to see you, though, my brother. Good to see you. In any way, shape, or form. Even if it's just your handle in my chat. Yep. Doomsday, Dune 3 on the same day. It would appear Warner Brothers is being kind of stubborn, which I think is going to be to their detriment. Because Doomsday is going to treat the sands of Arrakis like a cat treats a litter, like a cat treats a litter box, and Doomsday is just going to shit all over Dune 3. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, Odyssey, brand new day. Yeah, Odyssey, I'm going to the fucking theater for. Like Nolan doing mythology, my god. Yeah, summer should be pretty good for movies again this year. Yep. There's another movie coming out that, of course, I'm me, so the name fucking escapes me. Got nothing to do with my puffer here at all. Legend of Vox Machina is really enjoyable so far. Yeah, I've been kind of caught up in watching other shit lately. I still have to start season 2. But yeah, season 1 was dope. Finished the first 3 episodes of it. What do you think of Scanlan? He's my favorite. That little fucking freakazoid. I love him. His humor reminds me of me. Which shouldn't surprise you, any of you at all. If you've been around this community or in part of this community for any length of time, oh yeah, Grog's hilarious. Then you'll know Scanlan's dirty little mind suits my type of style of humor just fine. Like, real talk, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. But there are times, at least when he's singing sometimes, Scanlan sounds a fuck ton like Jack Black. Just saying. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, I have no interest in that. For the same reasons I stopped watching Wonder Man. I don't care about a character-based side quest in a massive IP. Just don't. Just don't. If I'm in a massive IP known for those things, I want those things. You watched all of Wonder Man? Good on you. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't give two fucks. Don't give two fucks. Don't even give one fuck. I give 0. Wow, that's really bright over like that. But yeah, 0 fucks. It was actually kind of enjoyable. Look, I'll put it this way. And I'm calling Wonder Man the MCU's Andor because the 2 episodes I watched, really well written, really well acted. You know, it's a quality TV show as a TV show. But as a Marvel show, I'm good on that style of Marvel shows now. I'm just good on it. It's getting rave reviews. People are like, the writing's magnificent, the character work is magnificent. I mean, I'm not going to argue those points. But also, every review I saw said talked about how little actual superheroing is done in that, and I don't want minimal superheroing in my superhero show. I want a good amount of superheroing. Now, don't get me wrong. You can go too far with it, and it can just be like hollow spectacle, which I also don't want. I want a good mix. Like, for example, what I consider to be the best movie in the entire MCU catalog, Winter Soldier, has a good mix of both good emotional character work that brings you in and makes you love the characters, and then it also has a fuck ton of badass action. I mean, it's a pretty good mix. Basically, every Russo brothers movie has a good mix of that. If you think about it, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, a lot of good character work in there, a lot of good emotions, a lot of feels to be had, but also seriously kick-ass fucking action. Imagine that. Cape shit in a cape shit project. What do you fucking know? Can't believe it. So, yeah. Like, I'm not knocking Wonder Man in general. Like I said, the 2 episodes I watched were well executed. I just want cape shit in my cape shit. And if you don't have cape shit in my cape shit, I'm probably not going to fucking watch it. You know? Call me what you will, but that's how I feel about that. You know? Not saying it's a bad show, just saying I want cape shit, my cape shit. And that's all there's to it. End of story. School period. Jesus Christ. School Spirits, season 3, says Brooke. You watched. So it's kind of enjoyable. Might watch a breakdown. You know? Yeah, so like I'm not at anywhere near where Josh is at with things though, like him freaking out and thinking the MCU is still like in massive trouble, yada yada yada. I mean, I get where he's coming from, but no. Marvel is in no more trouble than they've been in for the last 3-4 years. I mean, I do agree with them that instead of dropping all this shit, they should have canceled it. Like, I agree with that, but, you know, that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. So, but yeah, I don't think I don't think them finishing off getting rid of all the old shit is an indication that Marvel is still fucked. It's an indication that we're finally fucking done with the old shit. And starting this summer, when we get, well, actually, starting this spring, I have a lot of confidence in Daredevil season 2. I have a lot of confidence in that. I think it's going to be pretty good. I definitely think it's going to be better than season 1. Not that that's that high of a bar. But, yeah, I think it's going to be better than season 1. We've got season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man at some point. What else is there? Marvel still has a fair chunk of shit this year. Vision Quest at some point, probably late summer, early fall, maybe even mid-fall. Yeah, we got that Punisher special coming out probably pretty close to Brand New Day, so late, maybe late June, early to mid-July, somewhere in that 4 to 6 week period. We'll probably get the Punisher special. Yeah, there's a fuck ton of good stuff to be looking forward to, y'all. Like Marvel-wise, there really is. I know I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, aren't we supposed to get X-Men 97 season 2 this year as well? Like, other than Wonder Man, and again, that's just because it's not for me, not because it's slop. Outside of Wonder Man and its Phase 4/5 funk that it's got all over it, MCU's looking in pretty good shape on the big screen and on the small screen for the first time in quite some time. I know some people are meh on Vision Quest. I'm personally looking forward to it. And we're going to get Tommy. It's going to be weird, though, because all our AIs are going to be, like, personified. Which is fine, because give me James Spader all fucking day. So, and plus, and here's what has me looking, and we've talked about this plenty of times. Anytime Vision Quest comes up, I bring this up. But I'm bringing it up again, because that's just how it goes. What gives me the most confidence in Vision Quest is its showrunner, one Terry Matalas, who did Picard season 3 so magnificently, so perfectly throwing back to the Star Trek shit that I'm used to. It was really, really good. And if he does for Vision Quest what he did for Picard in terms of like making it feel like the shit we like. So if he makes Vision Quest feel like the MCU shit we like, the way he made Picard feel like the Star Trek shit we like, guys, we're in for a fucking good show. Like, we're in for a fucking good show if that happens. And where the fuck is everybody? Yeah, well, they got shit. I ain't mad. I can't be mad. I won't be mad. I understand. I had shit last Saturday. I had to go grandpaing. So we'll see how that goes. Do 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 do. Where to begin? Where to begin? Where to begin? All right. May as well get into it. Start talking about some shizzle. So we're going to begin in the land of DC, which means the land of James Gunn, who once again is proving his inability to stay the fuck off of social media and just run his studio. So y'all remember we found out last week that grandpaing was very dope. It always is. And again, I'm going to do matter of fact, we're going over the kids tomorrow. I did all my normal Sunday shit my normal whatever I do on Sundays. I got that all done today. So, like, we can spend as much time as we want over there without having to worry about getting back and getting shit done. Yeah. So, that's what I'm doing tomorrow. And probably taking over their TV for a bit to watch the fights I didn't get to watch tonight. Bam. So, yeah. Yep. Grandpaing then, grandpaing tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. For sure. All right. Back to the subject. Excuse me. So, where was I? Yes, last week we found out Christina Hodson is writing at least a draft of James Gunn's Batman movie, which, at least for now, is still called The Brave and the Bold. Now, there was a bit of a kerfluffle over this news, and I contributed to said kerfluffle, because her resume is not that great. We're talking the canceled Batgirl movie that Zaslav literally completely shit-canned and will never, ever see the light of day because it legally cannot. In order to get it as a tax write-off, like, he legally can't show it at all. Otherwise, I don't know. There'll be some legal trouble having to do with, the monies that Warner Brothers was able to write off by shit canning that movie. She wrote that. She wrote The Flash. And a couple other movies I never even fucking heard of. So, yeah, based on that now, I've seen some people that are, very knowledgeable about the industry point out that just because the screenwriter writes a movie, it gets fucked with by the time they get done writing it and by the time it hits the screen. Like, directors change shit, yada yada yada. Actors even can change shit. But and while I do acknowledge all that is true and that a movie can change from on paper to on screen, unless these directors and actors made significant changes, they were still working off the framework that she wrote. If the foundation is bad, the building will be shitty. And she provided the foundations for that stuff. So, now the reason I bring Ms. Hodson up is because James Gunn came out to defend Ms. Hodson. And how did he put it? Anyone who, I can't remember exactly, but basically anyone who doesn't like the choice has obviously never read one of her screenplays. I mean, that's going to be actually true for 99% of people who don't like this decision. Like, I've never read any of her screenplays. I have no idea, like, what she actually put on paper versus what hit the screen. But the end results are right there to be seen in all their non-glory. So you can say what you want, James. The results are a matter of public record, and they ain't good. They are not good at all. So, oh no, there's nothing wrong with a woman writing a superhero film. What's her butt? Patty Jenkins wrote the first Wonder Woman. Or wait, did she write it? She directed it. No, there are plenty very, very talented female screenwriters. And if they write good movies, then cool. But if they don't, then fuck you. Same with dudes or whatever. Like, I'm about the results. That's all I care about. I don't care who does it. Just do a good fucking job. It's just it ain't deep. If you fuck up, I'm gonna crap on you. If you do a good job, I'm gonna praise you. I don't care, male, female. white, black, brown. Don't give a fuck who you are, as long as you do a good job. Ain't no deeper than that. At least not for me. Beyond that, I don't care. Don't care at all. But the problem is, her movies have been crap. At least the ones with her name on it on the script. So, yeah, James, you can defend her all you want and point out that no one's read her screenplays and virtually no one has. That's very true. But The Flash, Batgirl, determined to not be good enough to be seen the light of day. Yeah, no, I already brought that up, Mr. Naples, my friend, my brother from another mother, my hetero life mate. I brought that up. My point is the writers provide the framework, and if the framework be bad, then everything else is going to be too. So, yeah. But you're right as well. So, yeah, so he came out and snarkily defended Ms. Hodson. I mean, good on you. If you feel the need to do that, go for it. But really, get off the fucking internet and run your studio. That's what he really needs to do. Go make your damn movies, dude, or oversee them getting made, what have you. Now, there's a little more on James Gunn. Now, we are about to watch a clip from the Hot Mic show on John Roca's channel featuring Mr. Roca himself, and of course the Insnider, Jeff Snyder, longtime Hollywood insider, very, very accurate scooper. And frankly, his speculation a lot of times proves to be true. Not all the time, obviously. Sometimes his scoops are wrong. Anyone who's in that game can get bad information. Anyone who's in that game can make bad speculation. But motherfucker's been doing it for 20 some odd years, and he's damn good at his job, and he knows how fucking Hollywood works. He can read tea leaves like better than way most people. Wow, that was a really shitty sentence. Anyway. But yeah, so Jeff had something very interesting to say the other night, back on Thursday, which is when the show be. And we're going to check it out because it relates to James Gunn and the Batman movie that Christina Hudson is writing. Sit up here. Ba, 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 ba. So again, and Jeff Snyder makes this plain himself that this is speculation. But dear God, if he's right.
Defend an employee. It is weird to defend an
Weird.
employee.
He's the head of the studio. I think he needed to go to bat for Christina. And they may have used her almost as like a shield. Like a let's just press off our back and like announce this, and then we'll be able to continue doing whatever the hell we're actually doing with it. You know, like
yeah.
Here's the thing about all of this. What one thing above everything that has happened?
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, we haven't even seen Supergirl yet, so really only one movie that we've seen. What thing did he basically play a game for at denying and hinting at well in advance for months? And, you know, it was just like sitting there and playing, you know.
The Brainiac stuff or other stuff?
Doomsday. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was it Brainiac or was it something else?
The fact that he himself was directing Superman.
Right.
This was a huge game. Who, you know, like, and it's like, it was you all along, brother. And I think that's kind of what's happening here. I think that James Gunn has laid the breadcrumbs, and he has said that his favorite
Kendo
character is Batman, and he is just setting himself up to direct this movie after he does Superman: Man of Tomorrow.
Build a website you
love. You motherfucking goddamn suck ass butthole ads. Get out of here.
So you think he is going to do Brave and the Bold after he does Man of Tomorrow? That's what, or whatever this is going to be, whatever this Batman movie is going to be.
That is kind of what I think.
How you doing, Kendall? Doing good?
Well, I mean, it might make sense. And then eventually the Justice League movie, I would imagine, because given those pictures he dropped of the Choco.
Okay, so that's just more yada, yada, yada. Point being, 20-plus year Hollywood insider and worked for various publications in Hollywood. C-Dub! Worked for various publications in Hollywood, forming lots of connections, having a in-depth look at industry trends and how decisions are made, and very well able to put 2 and 2 together, is speculating. Again, let me be very clear. He said it. He thinks it's speculation. It's not. He's not calling it a rumor. He's not calling it a scoop. He's not calling it an exclusive. He is speculating based on his experience and, like he said, the way Gunn handled the lead up to Superman. And he's seeing many similarities between that and this. Chat. I may lose my fucking mind if that ends up being true. I mean, I very much enjoyed Superman. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty decent movie. It was fun. The chemistry between Corn Sweat and Brosnahan was really good. Like, Lois and Clark as the couple in that movie, done really, really well. Really, really well. A lot of the action was pretty fun. You know, kind of making Superman a bitch I wasn't a big fan of, but overall, very enjoyable movie. I mean, I haven't watched it since I watched it in theater, but at some point I will watch it again. It's a fun movie. But it did have the Gunn vibes all over it. Now, we did hear stories back in the day about it was going to have like a 2-hour and 20-minute runtime, and it ended up getting cut down to 2 hours, and probably a lot of that was James Gunn bullshit, which, you know, thank goodness in this case, 98% of the time, as Rob brought up, executives, when they get involved in movies, tend to make it worse rather than better. But in this case, I think they managed the exception to the rule, cut a bunch of gunness out of it, and made it palatable for many, many, many more people. Cool. But still, Gunn vibes all over Superman. That first trailer for Supergirl, can't tell you how many people were talking about the Guardians vibes for that trailer. Now, a lot of people like Guardians vibes. A lot of people did not like the Guardians vibes. Guess which side I landed on? Shouldn't be too hard of a guess. I didn't like it. I haven't read Woman of Tomorrow, but it's not a perky story. No, Kara's pretty fucked up in that story. Right? I mean, they did show some of her trauma in the trailer, like the first one, but, you know, trying to convey trauma over perky ass fucking Blondie music doesn't really work very well, in my opinion. So now they were smart, and they put out that little baby teaser and gave us a really good look at Momo's Lobo. I don't have it pulled up because it's really short and whatever. But I think bringing Momoa into a reasonable chunk of the marketing is a good idea. They can't do it too much. for two reasons. One, they don't want to overshadow the main character. That's just stupid. And two, all the reports I've seen are saying that Momoa is not going to have very much screen time in that movie. Right? So you don't want to market the absolute fuck out of Momoa and then only have him be in there for not that long. Like, that's a mistake. People will show up anticipating a lot of Momoa Lobo, and then they won't get it, and they'll come out of the theater pissed, and they'll tell everybody, hey, they fucking lied to us. Those sons of bitches. There's barely any Lobo in this movie at all. Fuck this movie. And then people will be like, yeah, fuck that movie. And then we'll have a Thor: Love and Thunder, where it made like 75 plus 80% of its movie in the opening weekend, and then just went. No, I'm looking forward to it too, Rob. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the marketing strategy did not get off to a strong start, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. I actually think the movie itself will be enjoyable. I just think they're marketing it completely wrong at the beginning. That was just the first bit of marketing. They can very easily turn it around. Right? They can. They have time to turn it around, but not the best start. Anyway, point being, Gunny Guardian vibes in Superman. Gunny Guardian vibes in at least the first trailer, Supergirl. And then this motherfucker, with all his Gunny Guardian shit, might direct, could possibly, chances are, he'll direct the DCU Batman movie, whether it's The Brave and the Bold or they title it something else or change what story they want to tell. Regardless, it's going to be a fucking Batman movie. And all I can think of when I envision a gun version of Batman, do we really want the DCU Batman? And this is it'll drive me batshit crazy, but there is already a version of Batman out there that is very, very gunny. There is. It's goofy. It's over the top. It's campy. And it's existed for a very long time. It's the 1960s Adam West Batman. And if you've ever seen the 1960s Adam West Batman, I'm doing all right. C-Dub, how you doing? How many people here have seen the 1960s Batman? I loved that shit when I was a kid. Like, real talk. I loved that shit when I was a kid. How about you guys? Who's seen the 1960s Adam West Batman? With Burgess Meredith, a.k.a. Mickey from the Rocky movies, as the Penguin. Always with that fucking... That's why he would look like this all the time in Rocky. From holding that fucking cigarette in the holder as the Penguin. Always in the corner of his mouth. Right? That show was goofy as fuck. Like, there's an episode where Batman is on a ladder hanging from a helicopter, and there's a shark clamped onto the bottom of the ladder, and Batman just happens to have shark repellent. Oh, come now, old chum. No, I'm saying I love the Adam West Batman for what it is. But I don't need Gunn basically turning the DCU Batman into that shit. Jumping Jehoshaphat's bat, exactly. I mean, Batman Forever Batman Forever. When they had Chris O'Donnell, holy rusted metal Batman. And Val Kilmer's like, what? And he's like, the metal, it's got holes in it, and it's rusty. Like, yeah, like, that was a little throwback to that show. Like, holy anything Batman comes from that show. Holy insert phrase here. Comes from that show. And to me, that's the kind of shit we would get from a James Gunn Batman. I don't fucking want that shit. I mean, I don't necessarily need a Nolan Batman either. Keaton Batman, like that needs to be its own thing. That's campy. It's not goofy, but it's campy and a little bit over the top. But yeah, like as soon as I heard Jeff say that, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna get fucking Adam West Batman for the DCU Batman or the gun equivalent. And please no. I would like something. I mean, you don't need to go full real life street level the way Nolan did, although that was amazing. Um, you don't need to go quite as campy as the Keaton ones. Or at least that, the series that Keaton started, and I mean that ended up in Batnips. Like, don't need that shit. What's the most serious box office film he's done as director? Yeah, probably Volume 3. Now he produced Brightburn. So it's not like he's incapable of being associated with a, like a serious project or whatever, even somewhat scary, because I was like, what if Clark became a psycho at age 13 or 9 or 10 or however old the kid was. I still haven't actually watched that. I need to. But so it's not like he's incapable of doing stuff like that or being associated with something like that, but that's not his wheelhouse. That's not what he likes to do. I mean, think about it. Guardians, which are the best version of him. Let's face it, Guardians is the best version of James Gunn. Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, The Suicide Squad. That's Gunn. Yeah, well, he was only a producer on that. So I'm giving him the association with it, but yeah, he did not direct that. But he was a producer. But yeah, so The Suicide Squad, which I don't understand the love for that movie at all. That movie was hot. That movie is the Love and Thunder of DC to me, The Suicide Squad. But yeah, we got that. We got Creature Commandos. We got Peacemaker. I don't want any of those vibes in my fucking Batman movie, bro. I don't want it. And I don't think a lot of other people want it either. I think that would be the. Obviously, it wouldn't be a 100% consensus because, gun glazers. They're out there. They're just as vocal and just as annoying as the Snyder Bros. Let's be real. Snyder Bros and gun glazers, two sides of the same annoying ass motherfucking coin. I didn't like the huge starfish. Starro is fine as a pop or whatever. But yeah, no, I didn't like the huge starfish with suckers that all looked like vaginas. I mean, don't get me wrong. Y'all know me. I love me some fucking vaginas. But I don't want a whole fucking 10-story high starfish with a bunch of vagina looking suckers on it. Like, I don't need that shit. I mean, if you want to go over the top, Joker would be an actual joke. Yes, exactly, Kendall. Like, there's over the top crazy shit that I enjoy. It's called The Boys in Gen V. That kind of over the top, goofy ass shit I like. Gunn's version, not so much. Be with anything except a Joel Shoemaker Batman. Which one was that? Batnips? Was Joel Shoemaker Batnips? Because I totally agree if that's the case. Which one did he do? I forget. But yeah, like I don't see it going well. I don't see it going well if Gunn directs Batman. I really, really don't. Now, I will say this, to be fair, I do believe that somewhere deep inside James Gunn is a serious director who is capable of making a proper Batman. That was Batnips, okay. I do believe that he does somewhere inside his goofy ass gooner self, he is capable of making a proper Batman movie. Oh, he did Batman Forever as well? Oh shit. That one wasn't too bad, but Batman and Robin was an abomination. Except for Uma Thurman, she was hot. But yeah, you know, he has it in him, I'm sure, somewhere down deep inside. The capability exists for him to make a good Batman movie with the appropriate mix of camp and serious and badassness. I think it's possible. I just don't think it's likely. It's less about what he's capable of and more about his tendencies, and his tendency is like ugh. Gunn can only make offbeat character team up. He can't help himself. I mean, yeah. That's my point, Kendall. That's my point. And dear God, now that you bring it up, I bet I would fucking love the ribs you would cook. Probably smoke. Yeah, smoker. I'll bet your ribs are good though. What I'm saying. Now you just made me think of it. Damn it, Kendall. I'm gonna be hungry now. And ain't no way I'm getting ribs today. It's his J.J. Abrams lens flare. Yeah, think about it, like if you stop sequences of superheroes flying at you, it's not just Corn Sweat's eyes that look all. They had the same problem with Golden Dude from Guardians 3, Adam Warlock. He had the same issue. Like, that's not just a gun thing. But yeah, I do not. Please, Jeff, please, universe, please, God, please, whoever, let Jeff's speculation be wrong. Because again, he is just speculating. He said he thinks. It wasn't even a rumor, much less a scoop or a report. Okay? Let's be straight about that. We are speculating on speculation. But dear God in heaven, if that ends up being true, a James Gunn directed script by the person that wrote The Flash and a shit can Batgirl movie and a couple other movies I've never even fucking heard of. Whoo, boy, that don't sound good at all. Not to this guy. What do you guys think? You got any further thoughts? He did turn Superman into one of those. He did turn Superman into one of those ensemble movies. That is for sure. It did not have to be Superman and the Justice Gang. Dead ass. You nailed that one, Kendall. Damn it. Nope, not dead yet. It's his Snyder slow-mo. It's his Michael Biggs. Bingo. Exactly, C-Dub. Everyone's got their thing. Snyder has a slow-mo. Michael Bay, spectacular explosions. Gunn, goofy motherfucker with the wrong kind of toilet humor. I mean, y'all know I love toilet humor. But it's got to be done the right way. And Gunn, in my opinion, doesn't do that. Gunn can't not make a superhero movie without a gang of misfits. I mean, it fucking seems like that, don't it? It does seem like that, doesn't it? And I don't want a gang of misfits in my Batman movie. There are gangs in Batman. The closest Well, actually, no, because the Gang of Misfits tends to be the good guys, or at least the protagonists. I mean, you can't really call Creature Commandos good guys, but they're the protagonists of their show. Who would be the Gang of Misfits for Batman? I don't fucking know. I mean, if we're talking about members of the Bat family, because Gunn's Misfits, again, are the protagonists, there's really no misfit members of the Bat family. I mean, we're talking Dick Grayson, Robin into Nightwing, Jason Todd, Robin into Red Hood after he got killed by the Joker and then resurrected. Riddler, Harley, Weird Bane, and Joker, the band of misfit villains. I mean, yeah, but he generally he does actually he misfits everybody. I mean, let's face it, the oh fuck, what are they called? Um, anyway, that fucking pirate group or whatever that Yondu was a member of, and Stallone. What are they called? Reavers, Raveners, Ravagers. The fuck is that? That's misfit antagonists. Um, yeah, more often than not, his misfits are the protagonists, and the protagonist in Batman would be the Bat family, and that's not a group of misfits. That's a group of badasses trained to be badasses by the ultimate badass. Ravagers. Okay, cool. Yeah, those are misfit villains. I mean, you can do the Riddler a few different ways. You can do the Jim Carrey version, or you can do the Paul Dano version, the Reeves version. Really, the actual Riddler's somewhere in between. I mean, Harley, that's a good character for him. Like, Harley is a good character for James Gunn. I would not want his version of the Joker, though. I mean, we don't necessarily need Heath Ledger's version either, as amazing as that is, and being the best version ever to be done on film, and probably always will be. That's like, again, like super realistic world type of Joker character, and don't necessarily need to go that far to that side with the Joker. Like, the Joker is supposed to be kooky, right? And hasn't had a flop yet. Yes, he has. The Suicide Squad. Yes, it came out during the pandemic, but even compared to the other movies that came out during the pandemic, that was a complete fucking bomb. Like, complete bomb. I don't think he cares. His bosses might. I'll tell you what, if Supergirl underperforms, he might have to make some changes to Mana tomorrow. But he probably fucking won't anyway. But yeah, thought of James Gunn directing Batman. Holy shit. That's nothing I want at all. At all. That's also all I have for DC. Is basically bitching about Gunn more because he won't shut the fuck up or let other people do the important shit. And I don't think Roka's speculation was that off either. I'm talking it was a financial flop. And are you talking about the first Suicide Squad without the on it? I completely don't think that was worse than Gunn's. Movies have had excuses built into them. I mean, kind of. Kind of. And I have 2 options for puffing. But yeah, yeah. And again, to be fair, I will give Gunn credit. He is good at creating visuals. His visuals tend to be pretty fucking crisp. His action scenes are pretty good. Well, he's not directing Clayface at this point in time, nor writing it. My issue with Clayface is why the fuck are we... And he hasn't flopped. No. Well, financially, the Suicide Squad was a flop. Like, there's no question about that. Like, if I remember right, that movie didn't even make 200 milli. Again, it was in the pandemic, but Black Widow also came out during the pandemic. Both movies simultaneously premiered in the theaters and on streaming. But the Suicide Squad couldn't even crack 200 milli, and the Black Widow damn near got 4. So, and that was a movie, again, same circumstances, theater, simultaneous drop on theater and streaming. And that was a Marvel movie that also came out like 5 years too late. Like, why the hell are we having a random Black Widow movie set right after Civil War now? So, yeah. I don't know yet if I'm going to see Clayface in theaters. Like, didn't he learn from Sony? Making a villain movie without the hero is dumb. It tends to lead to failure. Like, the only reason Venom The Last Dance didn't completely bomb is because International saved that shit. Yeah, please, whatever entities out there that have power, get into James Gunn's brain and tell him to hire a director. And what's even more worrisome is, like, obviously, Superman is Gunn's baby. He did the first Superman. He's doing Man of Tomorrow. If this trend continues, like if he does Batman, I think we can safely say he plans on doing like all the major characters, which means Superman. If he does Batman, that means he'll probably do Wonder Woman, and almost definitely would do the Justice League movie himself. Ooh. I don't know, y'all. We'll see how it goes. Again, Jeff was just speculating. He could very well have been very, 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 very wrong. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As Josh likes to say, we'll find out. But we're probably not going to find out anything major on that movie anytime soon because Gunn has also said repeatedly that he doesn't want to crowd the Batverse, which means we're not going to get his Batman until after we get Pattinson for the second time in October of next year, October 2027, which means the absolute soonest we will see Gunn's version is 2028, which means that probably won't start filming until late this year at the absolute earliest. More than likely early next year. And that's assuming he wants it out in 2028. Could easily be 2029 before we see the DCU Batman. Who the fuck knows when we're going to get the Trinity completed to see Wonder Woman? Like, honestly, if he's waiting till after the Batman 2 to bring out the DCU Batman, he needs to get Wonder Woman rolling like now. I mean, the script is being written. by the same lady that did Supergirl. And again, outside of the dumbass Gun Guardians vibes, I think Supergirl's going to be good. Gunn is great at casting and cast chemistry. Yes. Yes. To give credit where it's due, I agree with that. He is. Like I said earlier, Corn Sweat and Brosnahan's chemistry was fucking perf. Like, I haven't seen the Lois and Clark show, but from out of the Superman projects that I have seen, which is most but not all, that was the best Lois and Clark chemistry I've ever seen by far. Like, by far. Like, there's those two, and then there's probably, what was her fucking name? Her real name. The lady that played Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Margot Kidder. Reeve and Kidder had pretty good chemistry. Who the hell was Brandon Routh's Lois Lane in Superman Returns? Anyone remember? I can't fucking remember. Probably because their chemistry wasn't that good, so I didn't remember. I haven't watched Smallville, so I don't know how that one went. But out of what I've seen, and thusly can legitimately compare it to, Corn, Sweat, and Brosnahan, far and away the best chemistry for Lois and Clark. So yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah. I mean, people were like, why the fuck are they casting what's his butt as fucking Star-Lord? Chris Pratt. Of course, people are also like, why the fuck are we casting Heath Ledger as the Joker? And guess what? The people that were like, what the fuck? They got showed. Chris Pratt is a damn fine Star-Lord. And, of course, Heath Ledger's Joker is fucking legendary. So, I mean, obviously, Gunn didn't do that cast, but yes, that was just like a comparison. So, yeah, Gunn does have things he's good at. I'm not saying he's a complete pile of shit when it comes to movie making. Because that's not accurate either. But he has his tastes and he has his tendencies, and he tends to use them whether or not they fucking should be used, and that worries me with certain projects, basically, what that boils down to. Yeah, yep, he is from St. Louis. Went to high school 7 blocks from your house. That's crazy. Gunn's like 60-something, though, isn't he? So he's got you and I by like 10, 12 years. He was a senior while we were in like kindergarten, first grade. All right. You have to defend our boy a little. I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair. Totally fair. But yeah, no, I mean, credit where it's due. He's very good at casting, and he's very good at casting groups of people that work very, very, very well together. That is definitely accurate. Okay, enough about that fucking goofball. Let's move on to cool shit. We're going to switch over to Disney and Marvel. Oh, shit. I never turned the fucking music back on. Hold up. Wait. Julio. All right. Disney. This is overall Disney news, guys. Not Marvel specific quite yet. He was married to Jenna Fisher for a while. She's from the Lou as well. I know the name. I'm trying to put a face to it. She was like late. She was in Pam from The Office. Okay. Nice. Okay, so this is overall Disney news. Not Marvel specific. Disney as a whole. So check this out. The Wall Street Journal put out an article yesterday. Bob Iger plans to step down as Disney's CEO before his contract expires. which expires last day of 2026, December 31st. Guys, the countdown is officially on. Vader's gone. AK retired. Soon Palpatine will be gone. Question is, okay, cool. He plans on stepping down before his contract expires. Technically, that could be December 30th, right? Like, if he wants to be a real prick about it and this story to still be true, he could pull a fucking Kathleen and, like, wait till the absolute last minute and then fucking do it, right? You know, wouldn't really be the spirit of that, you know? Like, when we hear someone's going to do something before something expires, you know, we're talking a reasonable amount of time before then, right? So, okay, cool. He's going to step down sometime before December 31st. But when? Right? Like, are we talking as soon as, like, spring? You know, April, May? We talking summer? July, August? We talking fall? October? We talking December fucking 30th? Like, what are we talking about here? Well, nothing official. There's been no official news on when he's going to go. There's been no official news about his replacement. So what the fuck do I even more have to say? Well, I'll tell you. We are once again going to go back to the Snyder. Ian Snyder. Now, this is basically a rumor because he said he heard. But Jeff Snyder says, in response to basically the same article by Variety rather than the Wall Street Journal, but so that's like a major business publication and a major trade publication saying the exact same thing. He's going to step down before the end of 2026. So Snyder's like, I heard it could happen. Let me emphasize the lack of confirmation that exists here. He says, I heard it could happen as soon as this weekend ahead of next week's earnings call. Chat. Said earnings call is Monday. Iger could dip out as early as Monday. Palpatine could leave in like 48 hours. 36. Palpatine could be gone in 36 hours, chat. This could be announced on the earnings call this coming Monday. Again, we don't know who the successor is unless I miss something. I would imagine they would announce his successor and confirm that when they announce his departure. Now, if it's not Monday on the earnings call, the next big corporate thing that would be appropriate to announce that is the shareholder meeting in March. What up, Icarus? So if it's not Monday, it could be like 6 more weeks after that, because I think the shareholders meeting is like mid-March. Or it could be sometime after that. But, I mean, obviously, I feel sooner the better. You know, like, as soon as we found out how much of the Star Wars fuckery could be laid at his feet, I was like, I mean, I was already displeased with him because he forced all this Disney Plus shit on us. You know, for both Marvel and Star Wars. He was like, make shit. And then he retired, and Chapek was like, okay, cool. Remember he told you to make shit? Well, I'm telling you, make more. So Chapek made it really bad, but Iger started that bullshit of just give me content. Put out as much as you can, as fast as you can. And we got what we've been getting for going on 6 years now, chat, because of Iger and Chapek. And then all the specific fuckery he did with Star Wars. Now, again, Kathleen's hands are not clean. There's plenty of decisions she made that had absolutely nothing to do with Iger that were bad. Okay? So her hands are not clean, but he was way more involved than any of us realized or thought even. So, with all that going on with him, yeah, bro, if you want to announce that shit on Monday, you go, girl. Do that shit. Pretty please. Or if you're not going to do it then, do it at the shareholders call in March. Let your replacement have a good chunk of 2026 to do his thing. Or her. We have no idea. Right? So, but, I mean, even the fact, and it is fact, it's been reported again by the Wall Street Journal and Variety, the fact that he is not going to stick around for the entire year is cool. I'm here for it. I'm down. Bring it on. Actually, bring it that way. Can't remember the name of the song, but Snoop did a song. And at the very end, you know how sometimes people throw a little bit of extra shit at the end of a song that's not part of the song? Well, what Snoop said, and this is kind of how I feel about Iger and any number, and I guess Gunn and any number of other people. Snoop says, you know, if you take 2 steps to the left and turn that way, you'll be the fuck out of my face. And that's what I want from Iger. Take 2 steps to the left, turn that way, and get the fuck out of my face. I really do wish I knew who the fuck his replacement was going to be so I could figure out, check his history and figure out if he's actually, or she, is going to do anything different. And if they are going to do something different, will that different be good different or shit different? Because it could be either. Or you could just roll on the same and, just be like, you know what? We're good with the way things are and just coast. Could do that. But there's no way to know or even begin to speculate about any of that shit until we know who the fuck it is. Which is another reason I want this announcement to come sooner rather than later. So I know who it is. So I can figure out, do some research. See if I can figure out some trends and shit. And then use that to speculate on whether things will be cool or whether we're fucked still. But yeah, so officially Iger out sometime before his contract expires at the end of the year. According to Snyder, possibly as soon as Monday on the earnings call, or maybe mid-March at the shareholders meeting. But either way, whenever it is, sometime this year, he gone. Let me know what you think about that, chat. And by the way, if you've popped in the stream recently or been watching but haven't done it so far, hit the like. Click that thumbs up, baby. And also, if you're new, hit the sub button and the bell. I mean, they're all conveniently right next to each other. It's like boop, boop, boop. Takes 2 to 3 seconds max to tap or click, depending on your device of choice that you're watching on right now. Spicy Dan, what do you mean no? Tell me no. You hit that motherfucking like button right now. Do it. Do it. Hit the like. Wonder if they'll pick someone from outside. No, it's going to be an internal promotion. I can virtually guarantee that. That's what she said. Nope, I'm 99% sure it's going to be internal. It won't be Bergman. It'll be somebody else, I'm pretty sure. It takes 2 to 3 seconds. I mean, for you, maybe. Make it twice. No, because that'll re-unlike it. What the fuck are you talking about, Icarus? No, just once. One time only. Is that all you need? I mean, yeah, that's all we need for our pleasure. We didn't give any kind of fuck at all about our partner. Of course, on the other hand, you can make up for being a two-pump chump by spending, 5 or more minutes engaging in cunning linguistics, worshiping at the Holy of Holies. Eating pink Jello shots. Twice is better than once. For some things, yes. When it comes to pressing the like button, no. No. Nope. All right, chat. Any further thoughts on the Iger going bye-bye? Hopefully sooner, probably, maybe sooner rather than later. Any more before we get off Disney in general and specifically get into some Marvel? Some Marvel news. Give you a little bit to let me know anything else on your mind about the Eigs. Yes, no, maybe so. All right. We will go ahead and move on. This is just a cute little tidbit, I think, but it could be interesting. So it seems McDonald's will be doing a Spider-Man Brand New Day collab at some point, according to a listing. It seems the toys they'll be offering in the collab will be plushies. Okay, yeah, the limbs are a little ridiculous, but it's fun. That's a cute little plushie. I have a special place in my heart for what I call squishies. And I think that looks fun and cute. Obviously, it's going to be in Happy Meals, right? Okay. So here's the thing, though. If McDonald's times the release wrong, we could get leaks via toys like we sometimes do with Funko Pops. No, I doubt it. Yes, this happened for Brave New World, but that's because Brave New World got delayed. If it would have stayed in its original slot, the timing would have been really good. So I honestly don't think that this collab could possibly result in a leak. Like, the odds are very against it, but it's not impossible. But I just think it's kind of cool that we're going to get little Spider-Man toys at McDonald's. And I also think it's cool that they're plushies. Fuck you, don't judge me even if you want to. I don't fucking care. I like plushies. I like squishies. I like soft things. Okay? I'm not ashamed of it. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'll show you motherfucker something. I have a fucking Darth Vader Squishmallow, bitches, and I am not ashamed. Look at him. Yeah, with this collar, he kind of looks like Sith Lord I am. But yeah, no, I have a Darth Vader Squishmallow, and I am not ashamed. I will be snagging me some fucking McDonald's Spider-Man Brand New Day plushies. It's going to happen. And I'll probably take them to work and put them next to my MCU lineup of Beanie Babies. Or at least, they're not Beanie Babies, but they're made by Ty, the company that makes Beanie Babies. Actually, I used to have them displayed on my desk at my last house, but my setup's different now and I can't. But yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day plushies and McDonald's Happy Meals at some point. I'm down for it. What do you guys think? I know, like I said, it's just a little tidbit. Doesn't really matter much in the grand scheme, but I think it's cool. What do you guys think? You know, it's Doomsday's a movie that needs more effective marketing. Brand New Day will do well regardless. Oh, Doomsday is going to get all the marketing. Remember, there's plenty of reports out there saying that Doomsday's marketing campaign will be the biggest ever by a decent margin for any comic book movie. So, Doomsday's going to be doing it. Doomsday's going to be doing it and doing it and doing it well when it comes to the marketing. Or Marvel will for the Doomsday marketing. However you want to fucking put it. They'll be doing it and doing it and doing it well. Well, that's not guaranteed, but it's pretty fucking likely that we'll get the Doomsday trailer during the Super Bowl. Still not guaranteed, hasn't been officially announced, but I consider it highly, 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 highly likely. Yes, that does. So, yeah, I'm not worried about the Doomsday marketing at all. Matter of fact, since you brought that up, Brooke, let's go into what I was going to we'll move on to what I was going to go into next. So, I'm not sure where this was at, but a whole bunch of Doomsday merch. Oh, the Futures Festival. Oh, at Pinewood. Okay. So, this occurred at Pinewood Studios in London, England. We're about to look at here. Then we gotta look. An official look at official merch, courtesy of the Futures Festival at Pinewood Studios. So check this shit out, chat. Let me mute that just in case. Actually, you know what? This is only a 9-second video. Let me do some pausing. So we got, I don't know if this shit's Doomsday here. Oh yeah, see that says DJ Doom. Some of this shit's a little goofy. Like, see that says DJ Doom. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. Okay, we got this comic art style of the cast of Doomsday. That's pretty cool. Can't really get a good look at them. But that's still pretty cool, though. Got this little Marvel Studios dealie here. Obviously, like a Doom decal or some shit, like right here. We got a t-shirt with the moods of Doom, which we'll be taking a better look at that. And, well, yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to it. So we got that. DJ Doom. There's Doom and then a backwards E and an N and then nope, it goes right off. Can't tell what that is. Yeah, like I said, goofy shit. You got Doom in bunny slippers and a bathrobe. Like, what the fuck? I'm not a fan of a lot of this. I'm not going to lie. But this is official merch. For those that want, how should I put this? What I want to say is dumbass versions of Doom, but to be polite, I'll say unconventional versions of Doom. They've got a lot to choose from. Okay, so we have Doom at the bottom of whatever the fuck that is with hearts. And is that still a heart or is that butterfly? I'm assuming this is Doom related. That kind of looks like Doom, and that kind of looks like Doom. Can't really tell what the fuck it is. At the end of it. Okay, that was the end of it. All right. But we got some close-up. Well, first of all, just in general, before we take a closer look at some shit, what do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? What is evidently official Dr. Doom merch shown at Pinewood Studios? Anything? I think a lot of it's lame. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So that comic book art looking thing with the cast on it. Here's a bit of a better look. It's still pretty dim though, based on the lighting in there. But the internet, as is usual, was kind enough to run this bitch through Photoshop or something and brighten it the fuck up. Much easier to see, right, chap? Yeah, this is basically a comic book cover. So we got up here is the creators where they usually put it. We got Feige and the Russo brothers. Yeah, but will it be good attention or bad attention? So then we got the cast. Probably just the known chair cast, of course. Got M'Baku. Got Ben Grimm the Thing. Channing Tatum, Gambit. Red Guardian. Walker. Nightcrawler. Beast. That's supposed to be fucking Shang-Chi. Bucky. Cyclops. Ant-Man. Namor. Oh no, that's Shang-Chi. Oh, that's probably the new Falcon. That's what's his butt. That's gotta be a new Falcon. Namor, that's Shang-Chi. Loki. Is that supposed to be Kamala? She hasn't been. Was she announced? Why am I brain farting on who this is? Someone help me out. Got Thor, Sentry, Xavier, Reed, Sam, Magneto, Johnny. Who the fuck is that? Doom, Franklin, and Sue. Okay, who are the ladies? Is this supposed to be Rambooty? She hasn't been announced. I don't want them misled like that, though, Brooke. Doom is none of that. He's just a fucking badass. Why am I brain farting on who these people are? Oh, that's Shuri. Duh. Of course it's Shuri. Who the fuck are these two? Who the fuck are those two? Okay, hold on. I'm so brain farting. Chat, I'm Googling it. But if any of you can help me out, that would be great. Oh, I'm dumb. That's Yelena. Right here, that's Yelena. Bitch. Yeah, Hemsworth, Kirby, Mackie, and yep, and Shuri. Oh, that's Ghost. That's Ghost. Okay, so that's Ghost and Yelena. Thunderbolts, right? Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, Yelena, Walker. Okay, Sentry, technically. So, okay, yeah. That's Ghost and Yelena. Holy shit. All right. I mean, I like it. I like the comic art. I was kind of hoping for a surprise in there, but yeah. It's kind of cool. I mean, most importantly, what we all really, really care about is how fucking Doom look, baby. How does Doom look? I gotta say, it looks a lot like that art that came out in Shanghai before. Looking good. Oh, whoops. Stupid ass. Get a look at our boy. Looks a lot like that promo art from Shanghai. But folks, that's not all when it comes to merch. So earlier this morning, this image came out. And I was like, damn, what do you guys think of this? I think that's fucking badass, bro. And again, looks a lot like that shit from Shanghai. What do you guys think of this one? I think this is fucking dope. Brandon, what's up, man? Damn, it is fucking cold over by this desk. I need a heater. You threw 3 drops of Fury of the Gods in your salsa con queso. Whoops! Are you saying, C-Dub, that you made a tactical error? Possibly a bad strategical move? I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I think this is fucking sick. I think Doom looks good. Like, everything we're seeing, Doom is looking good. What up, Nate? You just bought that shirt? Well, so did I. Let's get into it. This is just the original image before we knew it was a shirt, though. And thank you for the spoiler. Yeah, so this came out just as this morning. And then, oh yeah, we'll get, oh shit, I forgot to do that first. I meant to do that first. But it came out, it's a shirt. It's a shirt. And conveniently enough, I had a Amazon gift card that my sister got me for Christmas that I hadn't used yet, so Chillin got himself one of these. Now, you're getting it in a week or so? Mine's not coming till between February 18th and fucking March 1st. Lucky motherfucker. Yeah, so It ended up being a design for a shirt, and I got the shirt. And I'm pretty happy about it. Although it sucks that I have to wait like 2 or more weeks. 2.5 to 3 or 4 weeks, but yeah. So I think that's pretty dope looking. What do you guys think? I meant to go over this goofy shit first. Now, shirt with the text from Screen Crush merch. I hate you 3000 Ray. Oh no, that's a dope shirt. But remember, I showed you the footage of all that goofy ass shit, and I meant to do this before I went to the dope shit. So now we kind of have to take a couple steps backward, chat. And let me tell you. So this T-shirt is supposed to be Dr. Doom in various moods. Now, there's one thing this does seem to confirm that we're going to talk about later. But on the other hand, I can definitely see this shirt triggering people. You'll see why. Okay, guys. So, moods of doom. Hunster, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what Vent Calc is either. I can't even read that. Brachial, I don't know what that shit is. Wargree, I guess that's worried and angry. Deranged. I don't know why they couldn't just put the E in there. The big old eyeballs, like, what a shit. Joyflix, not sure what the hell that is. Mori. Does anyone know what these fucking... I'm assuming these are all combo words of like 2 different moods, but what the hell? So far we're just in the... Oh, here we go. Doom in a red cloak, PMSing. Oh, it gets better. Sad Doom in a blue cloak, because, you know, when you're sad, you're blue. Doom in a pink cloak, and he's because he's lonely. Oh, I need to take a... So here we have an angry blonde female Doom that says mansplain too. In case you hadn't noticed, this is where we're going to get into the shit that could trigger some people. But notice how they're including a female in Doom armor, I should say. Not necessarily a female Doom, but a female in Doom armor. Which we've heard rumors of before. For a couple months now. But yeah, mansplain too. An African American female in Doom armor with craving chocolate. Now we're back to Goofy. Constipated. Relaxed. Hangry. And now we're back to a female. Problem is none of these look like Marvel characters that we could like project into things we're going to talk about later. Shrewish, again, with the female in Doom armor. Now I want chocolate too, and you're hangry. I mean, yeah. Overwhelmed. Blah. Tired of your nonsense. Oh. And we don't get to see the bottom row. Picture's not big enough for the bottom row. But, we got Doom, got another pseudo Lady Doom, and another one, and she looks highly displeased with life. And then whatever the hell moods those are supposed to be. But yeah, chat. Angry is totally Peggy. You think? Could be. Could be. Yeah, chat. So there's a few different reasons I don't I think that shirt is a bad idea. Number one, anything that takes away from Doom's badassery, as I mentioned earlier, to me is a no-no. And a t-shirt with various moods of Doom on it, no thank you. And then there's basically the ones that they put some of the worst ones on the women's. Which again, probably not the best idea. Even with the cultural shift, Frigga, the last blonde, okay. I mean, even with the cultural shift going back, back to the right to a certain extent, they probably should be hoping that, number one, with me showing it, they should be glad my channel's as dinky as it is. First of all. But yeah, if this gets out there wide, I can definitely see a kerfluffle happening. I can see certain groups losing their shit. And kind of justifiably, that's kind of overt. You know what I mean? It's not really subtle. But yeah, there's a few different reasons I think that shirt's a bad fucking idea. What do you guys think? I'm gonna grab a pop. What's up, Travis? Just finished Wonder Man, aka the best MCU show, period. I mean, a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that. Icarus, what the fuck are you saying there? Come on. Catch up. Here we go. Ugh. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so here's a fun little tidbit. Ian McKellen was on something, I guess, called Jake's Takes, and looking not that great. Which picture? The shirt? I don't know. I just unbookmarked it. It's in my replies, though. I'm going to go scrolling and I will find it eventually. I think it's in my replies. Where, oh, where are you? Been around the world and I can't find this tweet. I don't know and I don't know why. Oh, okay. Where's the shirt? Where's the video of the other shit? Did I not reply to that? Did I just bookmark it and it went bye-bye? Oops. Oh, I got mine off of Amazon. Has it been previously established there's another superhero prison in the MCU other than the Raft? Not that I can think of offhand. As far as I know, that's it. But I'm not 100% sure. But I think so. See, and yet so many people are gaga over iPhones, and I've had nothing but Androids and haven't had three-fourths of the and haven't bitched about three-fourths of the shit I've heard people bitch about iOS. So, you know. All right. Well, here's a little fun one. Hey. All right. So Ian McKellen was doing an interview on Jake's Takes or some shit like that, and unless he was playing around, he gave away a little bit of a. Oh, shit. So, unless he was trolling, he gave away a little bit of a tidbit about the movie. This is just a quick little clip, like 6 fucking seconds. What he says is fucking dope. I turn it up. I turned it up. All right.
Things will become a little bit easier, though I did destroy New Jersey the other day. Oh, I perhaps shouldn't have said that.
One mo again.
Things will become a little bit easier, though I did destroy New Jersey the other day. Oh, I perhaps shouldn't have said that.
Chat. Unless he's talking about another project and this was some seriously crappy editing. He just admitted that Magneto's going to fucking destroy New Jersey in Doomsday. Which might which might help explain this tweet. Because according to RPK, Sentry and Magneto is being described as the MVP in Avengers Doomsday. Now, Sentry, I have no idea why he would be an MVP, but Magneto, that's not surprising. One, we've already heard rumors that he's going to be taking Doom on by himself. So that's pretty fucking crazy right there because fucking Dr. Doom. But now in an interview, which by the he looks like shit in that interview, just saying. Now in that interview, he's saying he destroyed fucking New Jersey. Not like Hoboken, not like, whatever. Pick a city. It wasn't just a city. He's saying he destroyed an entire fucking state. Chat. An entire state. Holy shit. How crazy is this movie? Like, everything we've heard says it's going to be fucking crazy. Like, to this point. But it seems like not just everything we've heard, but like everything we're going to hear seems like it's going to be fucking nuts. And I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking here for it. I am here to watch fucking Ian McKellen Magneto destroy an entire fucking state. Somehow or other. I have no idea how he's going to do it. I just think it's going to be badass to be sitting in the theater and watching him do it. Like, real talk. Like, holy shit. Magneto's going to destroy an entire state. Now, the universe that's going to happen in is still up in question. It could be 616. I mean, that is fair, Icarus. That is fair. It could be 616. It could be in his own universe in 10005. They could end up doing that in 828. You never fucking know. But whatever universe it's in, Magneto going to be destroying fucking New Jersey. It would appear. Now again, that was only a 6-second clip. We have no idea what the fuck he was talking about before that. I mean, I probably could find the podcast it came from and verify that, but that would be less fun. And I'd rather just talk about the fact he said he's going to blow up New Jersey. Magneto destroys New Jersey. That's all I need to know. That's all I fucking need to know. Holy shit. What do you guys think about that, chat? And like I said, that fits this tweet about him being an MVP. I don't know how Sentry is going to be an MVP. I feel like he'd be more of an MVP in Secret Wars, maybe. But I mean, it is also entirely possible that like he decides to pop off and just destroy a shit ton of Doombots or fuck up Doom's army in some form or fashion, which he is more than capable of, even without him being in void mode. Like if they go true to Sentry's power set in the comics, Sentry can fuck some shit up. He's now just stopping to say, hey, real quick, I appreciate it, Nate, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I can totally see how Sentry could be an MVP, just in general. But like specifically, don't know how. But Magneto taking on Doom, destroying New Jersey in some universe, holy fuck. Camp Lehigh and Pym's lab are in New Jersey. Ooh, maybe. Saying there's some shit lying around from like that old shield bunker that got somewhat blown up in Winter Soldier. There could definitely be some more shit left there. We need to see Sentry actually doing insane actual damage, not just the Void World. Yes. That I 100% agree with that. Holy shit, it's cold. Put my hands in my hoodie pocket. Just leave it on the mouse. It's getting fucking frigid. Yeah, so if Sentry and Magneto are being described as the MVP, I would hope that means that Sentry they're going to be showing Sentry with his full, even non-void power set, just fucking shit up, which is what he does in the comics. And then, of course, again, Magneto. We've got reports that he's going to fight 1v1 with Doom. And then now we have Ian McKellen seeming to say that Magneto blows up New Jersey. So, that's pretty fucking cool, man. Oh, he was doing an interview with Jake Hamilton. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so it's an interview he did in Chicago. Interesting. Okay. There's no link to the actual interview. There's just that clip and that other thing. All right. Anyway. So yeah, Magneto's gonna be fucking shit up, y'all. Big time fucking shit up. Okay. So moving on to a different, still about Doomsday, but a little bit of a different subject. Alex Perez of Cosmic Circus fame was talking about the importance of certain Disney Plus shows to Doomsday and whatnot. And he had brought up that WandaVision and Agatha are quite important to Doomsday. And someone asked him, well, here, I'll just show you. Someone asked him, how could WandaVision and Agatha be important but not Vision Quest? They're all a part of a trilogy, right? And here's his answer. It says they're all important, but WandaVision and Agatha contain magic-related story elements and plot devices that will be more relevant to the story in Doomsday than the technological discoveries and psychological journey that Vision and Ultron go on in Vision Quest. Yes, most people have assumed correctly that the runes are an important part, but there's something else that's more important, and your clue is that it relates more to Agatha than Wanda. Well, the runes he's mentioning are the runes that were in Agatha's cave, and that also appear in the Doomsday Countdown, like in that room, and on Doom's throne in concept art. Those are the runes he's talking about. But, yeah. Something else more important. Clues that it relates more to Agatha than Rwanda. Now, that I have no idea what the fuck he means. The book? What book? Did Agatha have a book? Because Wanda had the Darkhold, but that's all bye-bye now, except for in Doctor Strange's brain. So I have no idea what could be more important or that relates more to Agatha than to Wanda, but the main thing is that magic is going to play a big part in Doomsday. That is the main takeaway from this tweet, is magic is going to be very, very important in Doomsday. I mean, that only makes sense, right? Yeah, the Darkhold was destroyed in every universe in Multiverse of Madness, but it lives on in Doctor Strange's head thanks to Zombie Strange looking around the cave on Wundagore, and the fact that Strange has photographic memory, and that 616 Strange saw everything Zombie Strange saw. So yeah, the Darkhold exists in the memory banks of one Stephen Strange. And yeah, the Book of Vishanti, but that was also destroyed in Multiverse of Madness by Wanda. However, we don't know that that means all of them were destroyed throughout the multiverse the way the Darkhold was. There could be other copies of the Book of Vishanti out there. But yeah, Darkhold gone, except for in Stephen Strange's memory. So again, the biggest takeaway from that is that magic is super important. Which then leads to play right now, you motherfucker.
Man of Tomorrow. That's what, or whatever.
Okay, so again, we're going back to what are we doing here? Computer? Fuck with
All right, so here's.
Okay. So, chat, we are now going to. We are now going to go to chill and go and pee, and then we'll get into the big shit. And remember, keep this in here while I'm gone. The importance of magic to Doomsday. Just keep that right there. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Wiccan, powerful boy magician. Not in the confirmed cast, but I would say pretty likely. Sorry. Got some shit in weird spots. All right, so we visited the hot mic from Thursday night to talk about Jeff Snyder's speculations about James Gunn potentially directing the Batman movie, and we spent a good half hour bitching about that, and probably could have spent more, but I was repeating myself, which is, whatever. Anyway, that was not all the fun that they talked about on the hot mic. Now, Roca, at the beginning of the show, had set a super chat goal because he heard from sources some interesting Doomsday shit. Now, this is the same source, I'm guessing, that told him about the female, that's not necessarily versions of Doom, but the females that are going to be around in Doom uniforms and golden masks. He's the one that broke that. He had Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day like fucking 6 months before, at minimum, before anyone else. So while Roca doesn't drop a lot of shit, he's not a scooper by any stretch of the imagination. He evidently has a couple of good sources. And so he had some shit that he was willing to drop if they made their goal, and they did, so he dropped some shit. So chat. Why is that? All right, chat, check this shit out. Is it turned up? It's turned up.
The two things that I have with Doomsday. I'm going to do it anyway because some people donated more than $5, so that averages out for the people who are going for $2.
Yeah.
So here's what, and Jeff, you can tell me if it's past.
I don't know what you're about to say, and I got an email this week about Doomsday. It could have been the same email from the same person. We don't know. I didn't want to know. John, go for it.
Do you want to do yours first? I don't want to.
No,
you're the scoop.
I would know.
Okay. All right. So according to my sources, Doom has his own, quote, Black Order, a group of witches and wizards who are working for him. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's comic book faithful, but that's
It kind of is. Doom did have the black swans. I don't know if they were necessarily. Were they magic users? Someone help me out. I can't remember if the black swans were magic users. I feel like they might have been. So let's assume they were. So what this is yet another example of the MCU going, oh, hey, that's kind of a cool idea, but we're going to put a little twist on it. Considering Vision was brought back by Wanda's magic and his memories were transferred to White Vision. No, because I don't think he actually ever saw the Darkhold that I can recall. Anyway, so remember I was saying about how, off of Alex's post, how important magic's going to be to this movie? Well, evidently Doom's going to have him a whole fucking coven. I'm going to bring this back just a little bit. Okay, here we go.
All right, so here's the two things that I have with Doomsday. I'm going to do it anyway because some people donated more than $5, so that averages out for the people who are going for $2.
Yeah.
So here's what, and Jeff, you can tell me if it's past.
I don't know what you're about to say, and I got an email this week about Doomsday. It could have been the same email from the same person. We don't know. I didn't want to know. John, go for it.
Do you want to do yours first? I don't want to. You're the scoop.
I would know.
Okay. All right. So according to my sources, Doom has his own, quote, Black Order, a group of witches and wizards who are working for him. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's comic book faithful, but that's
comic book similar.
This person is telling me that Doom has his own, quote, Black Order, a group of witches and wizards who work for him. So you say witches, you say wizards. We're playing with magic. Who could be involved with the magic stuff? Certainly Scarlet Witch, maybe others. So interesting things to consider. Doctor Strange, yes, very possible as well. A lot of
Doctor Strange, highly likely, because we've heard plenty of rumors that Strange is going to end up working with Doom. Strange works with Doom in the Hickman comics. I would consider Strange being part of that group, at least at some point in time or another. Very, very likely.
We've been making that rumor. That rumor's been making the rounds for sure. And the other thing is that F4 and also Fantastic Four and Doom ask Steve to come.
Okay, hold up before we get into that one. So yeah, Wanda makes sense. Strange makes sense. Guess who else? Sylvie makes sense. Oh, God damn it.
And file your own taxes free in the app if you
Oh, I don't even get to skip this one? Man, fuck you, YouTube. I better get to skip this one.
People to see and things to do. You may
have
already gotten vaccinated.
All right.
Seen in Fantastic Four.
Okay. So, yes, Wanda. Yes, Strange. Sylvie. I mean, she's a Loki. Loki uses magic. Wiccan could be one. Magic user. Agatha. Magic user. I mean, hell, for all we know, there could be a multiversal variant of Wongers doing that shit. But in general, that makes sense. Because, A, this could be a parallel to the Black Swans. B, whether they use Doombots or not, Doombots are all capable of using magic, so it's not like Doom doesn't have servants of some form or another that aren't magic. Like, he's got servants that can use magic in some form or another, the servants. So this all makes pretty good sense. It's just a matter of which magic users are going to be on Team Doom and which won't be. So that's pretty cool. Again, it's Black Swan parallel. I mean, and we've already had previous reports that he's going to have a group with him, right? Now, this, if true, narrows said group down at least somewhat to just magic users, maybe, or maybe that's just a section. Maybe it's just a magic user section of like his overall bigger size group. Could be that. But either way, Doom's going to have a fucking coven. And it's going to be cool. But then John also has this other one. I wish I had like the 10-second button like I do on the mobile. That's all I'm saying.
But they removed it. So this could be a scene in the movie that Fantastic Four and Doom. But that's what this person is telling me, that Doom has his own, quote,
Okay, here we
Black
go.
Order, a group of witches and wizards who work for him. So you say witches, you say wizards. We're playing with magic.
Ugh.
Who could be involved with the magic stuff? Certainly Scarlet Witch, maybe others. So interesting things to consider.
Strange.
Doctor Strange, yes, very possible as well. A lot of people have been making that rumor. That rumor's been making the rounds for sure. And the other thing is that F4 and also Fantastic Four and Doom asks Steve to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. This was supposed to be a post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, but they removed it. So this could be a scene in the movie that Fantastic Four and Doom asks Steve Rogers to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. That seems to be logical, Jeff. Your thoughts on this?
Repeat it once more.
Okay.
Repeat the second one once more. One more time.
Yeah. Also, the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom ask Steve to come with them to the MCU to help them gain the hero's trust. So maybe it's not Doom versus the Fantastic Four initially. Maybe they're working together because something Steve does causes a problem for their world. And so they're coming together. So it's initially them coming from a place supposedly of like wanting to help and figure this out. And it's Doom who betrays everybody and backstabs everybody. It's very possible. This was supposed to be a post-credit scene in Fantastic Four, but they removed it.
Now, did you get this from an anonymous email?
Not anonymous. No, this person and I have communicated quite some time over the last few months.
Okay, because I got an anonymous tip that contradicts what you just said.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. What do you got?
So it's an anonymous email. I don't know who it is. It's just an email that could have been sent by one of you fucking guys. So I have no idea if it's true.
Right.
They said that Steve has been living in the Fantastic Four world.
Ooh.
Which is what? 616? I don't know, whatever. Fucking
Yeah. 616 is the main, but I think it's 818 or 838, somewhere.
828.
They said,
you schmuck.
828. There.
Wow.
And that Loki brings him and his family there because the TVA has been pruning Steve's timeline. And since Steve and his family don't exist in 818, whatever.
616, right?
Whatever the fuck it is. No, they're safe.
In 828, they're safe, but not
right. They're safe there because they don't exist there. So it's not like there would be like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. And again, you start invoking timelines and the TV. I don't know. You lost me.
No, it's fair.
What this random tip said is that Loki brought Steve to the Fantastic Four world, Steve and his family, because the TVA has been pruning Steve's timeline.
Well, it would make sense because obviously Loki and Captain America have known each other since the first Avengers movie. So it would make sense that if Loki's in this better place, this place where he's caring for people, that he would move Cap and his family, which includes Peggy, to another Earth to save them from being pruned.
Doesn't that contradict what you just said? Because I said Loki brings him there, and you said that somebody else brings him there?
No. I'm saying that the Fantastic Four and Doom take Steve Rogers to 616 so that the heroes in 616, Earth 616, will give them more credibility in the things that they're saying. So it still fits what you're saying in that Steve is in 828. The things happen. So Fantastic Four and Doom take Steve to 616 so that the heroes in 616 are more open to hear why they're upset about what's going on and help them. But in the end, Doom is supposed to be the villain. So is Doom in league with the Fantastic Four and Steve Rogers as a way of getting what he needs and he turns on everybody? A very curious situation. Yeah.
Okay, chat. Okay. So they went back and forth, and Jeff's confusion kind of made that conversation confusing. So let me break it down for you after I turn the music back on. Holy shit. What the hell? Probably doesn't help. Anyway, so obviously we got the Doom Coven thing from John, and then we also got from John that Evidently, this was something that was filmed, or at least talked about, and was going to be a post-credit scene. He said it got deleted, which tells me it was filmed. Right? He said deleted, or did he say cut? Now, regardless of whether it was filmed or not, the idea remains the same. Is that the Fantastic Four and Doom are on that ship headed there, and evidently they went and snagged Steve Rogers to go with them, to be on that ship too. Now, that's not the first time we've heard that Steve could be on that ship. It's been a while. I can't remember when, or I can't remember who that came from, or specifically when that news, but I remember that news being talked about. Do you guys remember that news being talked about? That it wasn't just going to be the Fantastic Four, it was going to be the Fantastic Four and Doom, and then it became Fantastic Four, Doom, and Steve. Which also, do you guys remember there's another rumor about, remember there was supposed to be people visiting Steve's house, right? And they were talking like maybe he was going to get visited by Loki, or it was also out there that he was going to get visited by Doom. Very interesting. So yeah, that ship that we get at the end of Fantastic Four, according to John's source, is going to have or at the end of Thunderbolts, I should say. The ship we see at the end of Thunderbolts in the post-credit will contain, according to John's source, the Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, and Steve Rogers. Okay? Now, we all been wondering how the fuck Steve Rogers got there. Did they come to 616 and snag him? Yada, yada, yada. Well, then we have this anonymous tip that Jeff got, which was that Loki brought Steve and his family, and I'm assuming that means Steve, Peggy, and the baby we saw in teaser number 1 at the beginning of December. And he yanked them out of wherever they were at and put them in 828 because the TVA was going to be pruning that timeline. Now, obviously, the TVA wouldn't be pruning 616. So if Jeff's tip is accurate, that means when Steve stayed back with Peggy, that created a branch. Now, we also know as of Loki Season 2, the TVA wasn't pruning anymore. So might this be the case that Loki moved Steve and his family off that branch timeline maybe during Loki Season 1? When they were still actively pruning, and they were like, wait a minute, this motherfucker's not supposed to be here doing this shit. And we all know Loki can time slip, and he's got a stories Loki in charge of the multiverse at the end of Loki Season 2. So it's entirely possible for him to go back, visit that branch that Steve created when he decided to stay and clap Peggy's cheeks, and went, okay, this is happening when the TVA is still pruning, and I need to save this fool. So he goes to that branch, snags them up before the TVA prunes it, and drops them off in the Fantastic Four universe. Because there is no Steve Rogers in that universe, so it's not going to cause an incursion. And oddly enough, that anonymous tip dovetails perfectly with John's source. Because the question was initially, where the fuck does Steve come from, and how does he end up on that ship? Well, if Loki snags Steve off the branch timeline he created by the cheek clapping and dumps him in 828, Fantastic Four and Doom aren't going to have to go very far to snag him, are they? Which also, if Loki snatched Steve and his family up, that would explain the rumors of a scene with Loki being at Steve's house. Because that's where he fucking dropped him off. And it also explains the reports of Doom visiting the house and having a conversation with Steve as well. It could be that recruitment conversation. Hey, we need you. Hop on the ship with us. That anonymous tip backs up a lot of different reports, and not just John's. It seems to back up or corroborate, at least grant more circumstantial evidence to the veracity of those old-ass rumors. We may have some legit answers, chat. How would Steve end up on that ship? Why would they want Steve on that ship? Although that does seem to kind of squish the rumor that Doom is pissed at Steve, although he still could be. You know, Doom plays the long game. He could swallow his hate in order to accomplish what he wants and then let his hate rage. So, well, Loki Travis is on that throne at the end of time. So there's just, I'm not saying there aren't more Lokis, but that's the only version of that one. Oh, you mean get a god for each stone? Oh, maybe. I've heard some speculation about that before. I can't remember. Ooh, what's the red stone? Because Wanda's red, so they're associating like Loki green, Wanda red. I don't remember who the fuck the rest of them would be, honestly. Character wise, you die. Yep, it died. Anyway, so all that shit dovetails nicely together. Jeff's tip explains how Steve could end up on that ship. He's already in that fucking universe. So they wouldn't have far to go to get him. Mind Stone is yellow. Yes. And Soul Stone's orange. Space Stone blue. Power Stone purple. Where was I? Right. So, again, the rumor of Loki being at Steve's house. That's Jeff's tip explains that. He could be dropping him off. The report that Doom would be at Steve's house. And Reed. I believe it was Doom and Reed in that older report. Well, also explained by Jeff's tip. Pause. Like, it all fucking fits, chat. So imagine it. What used to be a post-credit scene showing Doom, the Fantastic Four, and Steve all heading to the 616 in order to get the 616 Avengers and heroes, I guess, in general, to trust them. And of course, John's right. Doom is using all of them. He's manipulating all of them. He's going to fuck all of them super hard with no lube and maybe even wearing some sandpaper on his junk by the end of it, because it's all about Doom all the time and what he wants, and he doesn't care who he hurts and who he has to use in order to get it. He'll fucking do it. So we have tacit confirmation that Steve Clapping Cheeks is a branch timeline, not on the main 616. We have tacit confirmation of the old report of Loki being at Steve's house, and him taking him to 828 makes sense as to why Loki would be there. Or when he picks them up from his branch timeline. Either one. Beginning or end of that, tacit confirmation that Loki will be at Steve's house. Tacit confirmation that Doom and Reed will be at Steve's house. Tacit confirmation that Steve is on the ship with Fantastic Four and Doom. The only thing that has nothing to do with that was talked about on that show was the Coven, which in and of itself, fucking dope. So, what do you think about all that, chat? I like it. It makes sense. It dovetails with current and old rumors. I thought Wonder Man's eye glow was kind of reddish. But it considering what he does, it makes more sense that it is purplish, doesn't it? Besides, I only watched 2 episodes. I'm not 100% sure anyway. But yeah, chat, what do you think of that shit? One anonymous tip that was sent to Snyder dovetails nicely with like 4 or 5 different reports that are from a while ago. I think it's pretty fucking dope. I think it's entirely possible that we just got a good chunk of the plot there. Well, maybe not a good chunk, but a chunk of the plot there, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense. And it doesn't even take a whole shit ton of mental gymnastics to make it make sense. Right? At least not in my opinion. We're not having to do fucking like 48 backflips just to try and tie this shit together. Just kind of right there. What do you guys think? I think it all makes sense. Now, does the fact that it all makes sense means it's all true? No. This is just rumor. There should always be salt in our hand when we talk about this shit. Sprinkling it like we're about to do a shot of tequila. Except I don't use salt or lemon because I'm not a pussy. But, guys, it all works. It all works. And it's all dope. What do you guys think? By the way, that's all I got. This is going to be kind of a shorter stream than my usual 3 hours. But let me know your thoughts on that, guys. And if you're watching on the replay, thoughts you have, please put in the comments. I should have said that like 3 times already. But yeah, where the fuck is everyone going? Goddamn. But yeah. Chat, what do you think? Replayers, let me know what you think in the comments. And everyone, make sure you hit like. And if you're new, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell. Let's do this shit, y'all. What do you think? Taking Steve to F4's universe would be cool. Right. Wonder how an interaction between Loki and Steve and Doomsday will be like. Well, technically the last time 616 Steve saw Loki is when they arrested him at the end of Avengers. Steve wasn't there in Infinity War when Steve wasn't around in like Thor 2 or 3. Definitely not in Thor 4. Steve wasn't around. Well, Loki wasn't in Thor 4. Steve wasn't around. He wasn't on the ship at the beginning of Infinity War to see Loki die. Last time Steve saw Loki was right after the attack on New York. So I would imagine, initially, it's going to be a little tense. Yeah, I would say at the beginning, Steve will probably be not happy to see Loki, and it's entirely possible there's going to be a small tussle. I would imagine there's going to be a small tussle at that meeting. But obviously, Loki will, talk him down, get him to believe him. Give him the I've changed song and dance. Here's what's really going on. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I imagine there's going to be a small tussle at the beginning of that initial meeting. So, yeah. Hey, Brooke, drop that in the Discord. Because when I end the stream, it's going to die. Thank you, sir. I don't know. It dovetails with stuff too much. So I obviously can't guarantee it's real. It's rumors, technically, but it fits nicely. And none of it sounds bad. It all sounds pretty fucking cool. So you guys tell me what you think. Replayers, drop comments. Let me know what you think. In chat, that's all I have. It's your time now. We can talk about whatever nerdy shit you want at this point because my pre-planned subjects are done. Normies won't have an issue with it? No, not as long as it looks cool. Can't wait to see Reed Richards' reaction when he finds out he's been played by Dr. Doom. Yeah, I imagine he'll be a little upset. Everyone's going to be upset. Everyone's going to be upset. And it's so weird to me that, like, we got all of that on, like, in one shot, and it all fit together so well on the hot mic. Jeff got that email. Roca got what he got from his sources. That's crazy. But I like it. Well, yeah, he is more versatile because he can do magic and Reed cannot. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like in comics, until Valeria was born, it was Reed or Doom was the smartest, depending on the story. Sometimes Reed, sometimes Doom. Then they worked Valeria in there, and sometimes she's the smartest over Doom and Reed. Just depends. If Steve's timeline is destroyed and he sees the villain from Avengers is in charge of time, he'll likely be pissed. Yeah, he won't be happy, at least not initially. Yeah. Definitely think that's the case. 100%. Yeah, that is true. She is his goddaughter, and she has reached him in a way literally no one else has except for the woman she's named after. Just the Valerias, and of course his parents. Yep. Yeah, scratch my back. So, I mean, that's all I got. What else? You guys got anything else? Because if not, I'm going to get the hell on out of here. Which actually ain't a bad idea that I don't go forever tonight because, like I said earlier, I'm going to the kids tomorrow, and I'm going to need energy to deal with my beloved 3-year-old grandson, because holy fuck. The moment we find out, okay, yeah, here we go. The moment we find out Doom made T'Challa sick, made Peggy get dementia. Sabotaging the most important thing in the hero's life so they'd suffer as it died would be dark. Yeah. Doom is Palpatine. He orchestrated everything. It would be I actually wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Wouldn't be mad at that at all. Not a bit. Got anything else, chat? Such a fucking Yeti. Goddamn ear hair. All right, well then, I'm getting the fuck on out of here. Hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I think that's some pretty dope fucking rumors we got off the hot mic. That merch was goofy as shit. I can't believe that T-shirt. If that T-shirt gets around, people are gonna get pissed. Fucking James Gunn. God, I hope Jeff's wrong. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Iger leaving sometime, possibly as soon as day after tomorrow. Or since it's 12:38 where I'm at, tomorrow. So, oh yes, thank you for the Discord link. Join the Discord. Hit all the buttons. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Do all the things. And thank you for being here. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you a lot. Because there's so much other cool shit and so many other cool places you could probably be, but you're here listening to me. Wow, I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. So, I'm very, very grateful to you guys. You are dope. You are awesome. You're all good people. That's one of the things I love most about this community. You guys are all fucking good people. Hit like 3 times. Yes. Do that. Hit it thrice. So, thank you all. I hope you had a good time tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the info. I just hope you had a good fucking time. So thanks for being here. Much love, y'all. Come on back on Wednesday night at 9. And we'll talk about what happens between now and then in the Nerdverse. All right? Have a good beginning to your week. Enjoy the last day of the weekend tomorrow. Have a good beginning to your week. And we'll see you Wednesday night at 9. Much love, y'all. Bye. Oh, hell yeah, chat. Not a super long stream, but a good one. And it's only good because of you guys. I could be sitting here behind this mic talking to nobody, but you guys come here. You guys help with the energy of the stream. My streams are good because of you, and I really appreciate you guys. You choose to hang out here when there's so much other shit you could be doing. You could be watching a movie, you could be watching a show, you could be playing a game. Hell, you could be fucking sleeping. But you're here, hanging out, and that's amazing. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you come back on Wednesday at 9 Eastern for the next batch of nerdy news and rumors and speculation and all the good stuff. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good beginning to your week. Be safe out there. And we'll see you Wednesday at 9. Thank you all. Much love. Peace.